time for the Jesse T Show. Hey, man, we have got a special guest that I'm going to tell you about in just a second, but I want to give my thanks out to The Bounty and Ramon for allowing us to do Dining with the Stars. Man, can you believe it? We are here in a star-studded place with a history that is beyond belief. The Gaylord Hotel, the Ambassador Hotel across the street, where, of course, Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated by Sirhan Sirhan. Movie stars were in and out of this place. Sid Caesar, Frank Sinatra, Bill Cosby, Winston Churchill, Bing Crosby. Just so many great stars have been here. Queens and kings and potentates. And we are sitting in a booth here that is a very special booth as well. We do this segment because what we like to do is we want to talk to people who are really making an impact in life. Either they're doing something socially or business-wise, or also doing something creative in the entertainment industry. So I thought, well, one of my favorite guys is coming to town, you know, and I got wind of it because we've got a big premiere tomorrow night. And I thought, you know, we got to do some Dining with the Stars, because this guy's got a lot to talk about, and his beautiful wife, who's a terrific actress. So I just want to bring my folks on and my friends here and really just get into a great conversation. We've got some food arriving, so we'll talk a little bit about the Bounty and what they're presenting to us tonight, too, as well. It's the Jesse T Show. The Brown Beauty is on duty. The show is brought to you by the Coalition Against Human Trafficking. And if you want to participate in those that are really destroying life, and you want to help arrest some bad guys and help the victims restart their lives, get in touch with the Coalition Against Human Trafficking at facebook.com/Coalition Against Human Trafficking. Also, want to thank our sponsor, MEJESSET Protein. One of the best sports proteins, very organic, very natural. They back the Jesse T Show, and I use their protein. And if you're into training and staying healthy and working out, our food that we eat out here today, it doesn't have as much of the nutrition value that it did 60 or 70 years ago. So you need some supplements. And MEJESSET Protein, you can catch them at www.MEJESSETprotein.com. It's time for Dining with the Stars, and no way to start it off better but to welcome my great guest, Harley Davidson. No, not...
Let's try that again.
No, that's right, man. I like Indians myself. Harley Wallen, everybody, and his beautiful wife. Cheers to Dining with the Stars.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. All right, absolutely. Actually, that's pretty good house wine.
Not bad, yeah.
That's not bad. I like that a lot. So we got a great meal coming, and it's going to fill you up.
I have a feeling it will.
We were talking before the show started about some of the great historical things here in Hollywood, and Harley and his wife they've got a really unique business. They're both in the entertainment business, but of course they're married, and she does a lot of the acting and the producing and works real closely with Harley, who's an actor and a director and a writer, and so is she. And it's amazing how you guys have been able to find this bond in something that you both love. I mean, how did that happen? Because you were actually a fighter, a champion fighter in your home country.
Yeah, I repped Sweden, the national team in judo and in taekwondo, and I got into mixed martial arts through that and competed kind of all over the world. So yeah, that was the origin. But I actually was on a syndicated TV show in Sweden, and the big reason I moved here was actually to pursue that and to get to act in feature films especially.
So you got bit by the bug.
Oh,
that's what happened.
So
right?
So bit.
Now, were you with this lovely lady at that time, or did you meet her when this new path started for yourself?
You know what? So I came here, I pursued all these things, and at the time, you did bring in enough money, and I kind of got to a standstill.
We know that.
Yeah. So I decided to take a hiatus from it, climbed corporate ladders, got a really comfortable life, kept my martial arts because that's too much for me to give up.
Right.
And then at the end of that, I found myself not having an outlet. I stopped fighting, and there was no creative outlet for me, and I wanted to get back into this. So I started acting, and then we met when I was just kind of getting started, getting back in my acting again, and wanted to do more.
So what did you like about this handsome man when you met him? I mean, what was the thing that
His
kind of
confidence and his swagger, actually. It's kind of funny. I've had that question a lot. I was a bartender at the Emerald Theater in Mount Clemens.
Okay.
They were hosting the Rock the Runway like 8 years ago. But I was working at the bar, and he was one of the models in the show. And he...
Is what you would have guessed, right? That
I would guess she was a model and you were the bouncer, man. I mean,
Right.
I love you, baby. I love you, but I ain't going to kiss you.
I mean, that's what makes sense. But yeah, it was the other way around somehow. Mm-hmm. And I spent that whole night, we walked twice through with 2 different outfits. The rest of that night, I pretty much spent at her bar talking. We just clicked.
He did get me in trouble with some of the guests, though, because he was distracting.
He was distracting.
He was
That's
distracting.
Well, what do you expect from a fighter, man? You get in the ring, it's mano-a-mano, it's one-on-one,
there to
and you
win,
got to
right?
take control. That's what it's all about. So did you know that he wanted to become an actor really quick on? Was that a topic of your original conversation?
Not really. I mean, we
There was
hit it
a
off
hobby at that point,
but we hit it off and became really good friends really quick. And I mean, our relationship, I kind of jumped in and moved into his place early on. So our relationship, we've always seen and like
together.
Together,
I mean, it's definitely a journey that we're doing together,
right?
For sure.
But we were both like trying to figure ourselves out a little bit in this and see what was happening.
Were you already acting? Were you already studying? Or was that?
She kind of had a similar stint to me.
I dabbled into it a little bit before.
Her
but,
sister has like 5 Emmys.
Yeah.
My sister is a big part of the film industry here, and she had got me some of the stuff in her stuff because she was in student films and stuff.
Nice.
She was doing all her
she
thesis films, and she cast her.
But anyways, but not just that, but I even saw how the casting process went. I saw how she did things on set and everything. So I saw the behind the scenes.
So it was an education.
Yeah, it was. But I just never it never clicked to me that this would be a career that I would.
Right.
That I
It
would
just
have.
kind of happened.
Yeah. But I got into modeling after when she left because it was just something.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything less. Now, don't give me this martial arts
Yeah.
stuff. You have a very, very beautiful
Yeah,
one.
she is.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
But I got into the modeling when she left, and I have like some published work out there. But it wasn't until him and I met, and I saw he was doing it as a hobby. I was like, you know what, I liked that. So why don't I get back into that?
Right.
And then it just grew from there. I mean, we've been.
We got the food
There you
coming.
go.
All right, bring it on in, please.
Fantastic.
New York.
That's me over here. Thank you very much.
Careful with
It is warm.
That would be me.
Plates are warm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. All right. See, I told you they were going to give some good food. I mean, I got this beautiful steak right here. It's just gorgeous, and I can't wait to eat it. I don't eat a lot of meat,
This looks good.
but it's good to have that protein in you because meat is important to keep you in existence. Protein is.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's one of them things that, probably, got to give yourself a treat every now and then. too.
Right. Absolutely.
and there it is.
You've got a salad coming, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what I should have
Thank
done.
you.
Do you need anything else so far?
Pardon me?
A1 sauce, that's all.
A1 sauce? No, I'm good. I
I'm
like
good
it.
too, yeah.
Absolutely, I'm fine.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So you've got a chicken salad there. The Bounty here has some great food. They have
Smells
basically
good.
it's a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Primarily, but they serve spaghetti on certain nights, and they have assortment of salads and a nice wine list. But primarily, it's a steak and potato kind of place. And that's not in great fashion too much anymore in society.
I know, yeah.
Especially in Southern California, everybody is so finicky about what they eat.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But no,
this
dig in,
is-
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
So just we'll continue talking with our faces full of food on the Jesse T Show, Dining with the Stars, and director actor Harley Wallen. I always mess up on that name because I want to call
Wallen.
you a Wallens.
Yeah.
And when I say your last name, I think no, it's not Wallen. That's somebody else. That's Wallens.
Sean Whaley.
Sean Whalen, but
Sean
right?
Whalen.
And it's
He's in
beautiful.
my next film.
Is he really?
Yeah.
How are they going to distinguish the last names.
Well, spelled completely
It is
different.
good. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. And of course, his lovely wife Katie, she was just telling us sort of how she came to the entertainment business and acting, and how they got together here over a bar. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything
absolutely.
they tell you not to do.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Right. Yeah. In the book, how to find your perfect
Yeah.
date. First page. No bars.
Yeah.
No nightclubs.
Yep. Yeah, but neither one of us were under the influence because I was pretty much, I was walking. It was a big charity event. So, so neither one of us. But we just talked and talked and talked that night.
That's kind of how you know you have something deeper from the beginning with somebody that you can have a conversation. You have something in common to communicate back to each other. Did you feel like that?
I did. I did feel like that, and it's kind of funny too because in the beginning I'm like, my gosh, I feel like it happened so fast, and it was. I was at a place in my life where I was just not.
Neither one of
us
us were looking.
I wasn't looking for that, so I was like, is that really what I think it is, or am I just? Because I was already so skeptical on the idea of any of that.
I mean, you lived up in the northern part of America, and not in a huge giant urban city. You didn't live in Chicago or New York or anything like that. So you kind of wonder, is this a person that I'm going to really fall in love with, or is this a person that is just passing through my life?
Right.
Yeah, it was really interesting though because I think both of us really knew kind of right away. Because I remember, I called my mom.
Oh, that's a sign.
Well, you're never gonna believe this. I'm just like, we're just clicking. It's all working really well, and didn't know if it was. It's because it just felt we have a bit of an age gap between us, and I remember telling my mom, I'm like, I don't know if I should worry about that, and neither one of us actually knew our age gap at the time, and we just we said let's not worry about it.
I mean,
we had the conversation, and we knew there was a gap, but we're like, you know what? It's not.
Like, who cares?
Who cares? So we dated for a little bit before we really knew each other's age.
Yeah.
And
for a while, actually. Yeah.
Funny.
Well, that's a sign there. It wasn't really relative.
We were both.
My mom said, you know what? Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? You can get hit by a car tomorrow. You can live 50 years. You can live, who knows how long you're going to be around.
Right.
So you can't go by that. Like, does it feel right? And I'm like, yeah.
Well,
and
then
she
Kirk Douglas.
Then you've answered all your questions.
103 years old. He was with his wife, who's still living, for over 60 years. And the crazy career that a star of that magnitude had, especially at that time in Hollywood, the power and notoriety and they're still together. So when you find that person, I think it works and clicks well, especially if you can put a team together and you have a passion for what you want to do together in life. I mean, when did you guys realize that doing your own thing was really the way to go?
After being a part of a bunch of bad projects.
That's what
Can't
it was.
finish, don't understand how to cast, and a lot of this is about education. For some reason, people will walk up and they'll be like, hey, can I be in your next movie? And they don't even understand how crazy that is for me to hear when they say that. But if I owned the Lakers, they wouldn't walk up to me and say, hey, can I play? Can I hop in tonight? Yeah. They don't understand that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
And for people to start understanding, and now that we've had some success with our
you
films.
had some great success. We're going to talk about that. I mean, you had a great last couple of years.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
It's been happening for you. I mean, how exciting is that?
It's amazing. I mean, and right now having another premiere is completely like.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit because that's tomorrow night. We're going to be
tomorrow
out there
night.
it.
Yeah. So we came here for Betrayed.
Right.
That was a human trafficking film. We talked a lot about that because we have a similar passion about that, and feel like somebody has to stand up.
We've got a big push this year now. I'm coming back into it full speed with Donald Trump created an office at the White House to fight human trafficking, and a lot of things that have happened over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We're putting together a whole team to actually go out and hunt
Yeah, you
for
were telling me
bad
about
guys
this. Yep.
and restart the victims' lives. So
Yeah.
we got more to talk about that with the program and all that stuff. But yeah, these projects are just
It's been
opening up
amazing.
for you.
Yep, and then we did a big premiere for Eternal Code. Abstruse, I think, snuck under everyone's radar.
That was
Released in
right.
November.
I saw
and
that.
it's getting so much like it's somehow
I was reading
staying
about that.
very, very hot. And I think it doesn't hurt to have a classic Tom Sizemore. I mean, he's really good in the film.
I love Tom.
And when you get him to put down one of his old school performances, oh man, you can't deny him. He's amazing.
Tom is a guy. You got to understand Tom. He was the highest of heights, and then he fell on some hard times. But he's a guy that has never lost his dream,
And
and has pulled him out of every bad
He's
point in his
amazing.
life. And he's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
He's classically trained.
yeah, oh, he's a legit actor. It's funny because I've had the pleasure of working with some of the giants of the past. Tom Sizemore, John Savage, and Richard
I
Tyson.
love John Savage.
And
John's
these
the
guys,
cutest guy.
in Betrayed, they had such iconic performances that they were kind of brought back up to their heyday almost in a weird way.
Yeah.
And to see them, and that's one thing that sometimes drives me crazy, because Hollywood can sometimes do this with people that are still amazing.
Well, it's such a youth targeted business. It's a youth targeted business.
Yeah.
And I would even say that's more so now than in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Because the millennial generation is going to become and has become the largest population ever created in the history of America.
Yep.
Even outperforming a boomer like me. Yeah, I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer, baby. That's right. But even outperforming, more than 80 million children. The millennials are going to inherit a wealth. It's called the great transfer of wealth from their grandparents and their parents to them. All that is taking place. So youth is becoming such an iconic thing for them.
Yeah.
De-aging, making sure your skin, nutrition. So some of these old stars, like you said, both male and female, they are so talented and gifted. And to give them an opportunity to just show that. What is that like when you're on the other side of the camera watching them do what they do?
There's gratitude, definitely gratitude in the fact that that they are a part of something we're making. It feels like a big thank you, because I know that that's going to elevate it to a whole nother place. And it also allows you to not necessarily be a fan, but to at least be to get to see that. I mean, people don't understand. When you see these people off screen, they're just like everybody else. And then they walk in, and somehow when they are on camera, that camera just loves the hell out of them, and there's nothing that like they can do wrong. Suddenly they're on camera, they're alive, and they're just something special about them. You can't deny it.
They
That's
don't
screen
do
presence.
big things too. It seems to be like when I
most subtle.
subtlety.
The
They're
most
so
subtle. Yeah.
and that you look at that and you go, oh man, that's the guy, that's the gal, that's who she is right there in that subtlety.
It's about trusting, though. That's that big thing that people have a tendency to forget. Trusting that you are enough.
What
Instead of
trusting
trying
who?
to do
Trusting
the
set,
camera.
trusting
The camera.
the cast, the director, what?
Trusting the camera to capture you, and that you are interesting enough without trying to be hokey and do more
Right.
and
On
pose.
purpose. Yeah,
Because
pose.
now you miss it all. Because now you're acting to the camera, you're trying to please the director, whatever you're doing, and now nothing will be good. Nothing turns out good when you do that. But if you go organic, and you go inside and you go through it as your character, then the gold happens all by itself.
I've said that in a lot of times in talking to folks. I was an actor for a long time, and but it was something that wasn't. It wasn't something that I was going to worry about doing or not doing. Radio, TV has always been the main thing for me, and emceeing, entertaining on stage live, and just being me, Jesse T. Right? I have a hard enough time doing that than anything else. But in my little part of acting for about 10 or 15 years, one of the things that I noticed in watching the silent movies and how they were all so robotic, you know, and they were trying to impart anger, or they were trying to impart sadness or crying.
Yeah.
And when you relate that to somebody like Katharine Hepburn, who was just effortless, or even J-Lo, effortless, or somebody like John Voight, just effortless, or John Savage, or Tom Sizemore, or even older characters, women and men. The difference between the two, I think, is what you just said. That stoic kind of blocky kind of robotic stuff versus just being. That's kind of hard as an actress to get, though, isn't it hard to get there?
I think you just have to find that place. Sometimes it takes you a while to find that place to know that you have to believe who you are first.
Right.
You have to believe who you are
Does that
first.
take time to find yourself before you can portray that naturally?
I don't think so. I think you just have to be able to kind of step outside of yourself and who you are and put on whatever it is that the character needs.
Yeah.
And to remember that it's a person, it's somebody else. It's not you.
And I think to some degree also,
But isn't it a part of you?
most
Some
of
of
it is, I mean, most of it is somewhere inside of you, and then you have to let that bloom or take over, for sure. But the bottom line, what she was talking about meaning what you say and meaning what you do, that's huge. I've seen people try to act their way out of things, and again, every time you try, it shows up on the camera as fake. So you have to, if you don't believe what you're doing, nobody else is going to believe it. If you don't believe that you are who you say you are, then nobody's going to believe it. So you have to believe it first.
I can relate to that because sometimes you'll be doing something on stage live, introducing an actor, going up there, you're the host for the festivities of some award show or something, or on a red carpet, or doing what I do here in radio and TV. And sometimes you'll come to a point in an interview or a discussion or conversation with people or your audience where it's sort of like silence.
Yeah, it dies.
It dies, and it just dies. And
Life support.
if you aren't confident in what you just said, like you both said, in who you are as the performer, because it's all a performance, but who you are as a performer, then you got nowhere to go.
Yeah, you're right.
But if you've got you, it doesn't really matter what happens because you got you. You're just going to be what you got to do, or the character that you represent.
Yeah, I mean, and if you've done any kind of classic acting training, some of those original things that you do where you have to. So one of the things that they would do is do your morning routine. Now you have to get up out of bed, go brush your teeth, go do whatever you do in the mirror, and you can't worry about there being 100 people that's taking the seminar with you that are going to be watching you being very intimate with yourself, and your third eye wants to flare up and be self-conscious, and it can't. So so it's a very interesting process. But if you've done all of those things, when you get a character, you dive in. Or you need a director maybe to help shape that a little bit.
Is that what a director does? Do they tell you, do here, go here, stand here, sit here? Or is it more of a ethereal kind of thing?
It depends on the director. I think I've been around directors who handcuff you to a process and to a way and to a script where your interpretation doesn't matter. To me, if that doesn't matter, then why did you hire me? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you know,
I like the rebellious attitude.
No, it's not even rebellious.
You know how many stations, TV and radio stations I walk out of because I get this little thing in my ear telling me, do that. That's it. I'm going home.
Yeah, yeah. No, but ultimately, though,
Yeah.
if they're gonna hire you, it is because of your talents, your skill, and whatever else. And if they're gonna tie you behind your back at the end of that, then why did they hire you for? Empower you to make decisions. Obviously, yes. Will there be a guideline? Yes. A guide rail.
Yes.
But not handcuffs. Big difference.
But you don't know where that wall is, where that rail is, until you go over it. And I think a good director keeps you in the box.
Yes.
Stay
in your lane.
Stay in the lane. Stay in the box. Give me whatever you want to give me in that box, but just do it.
Sometimes you have to remind an actor about, hey, you remember where you came from, because you don't shoot things in order.
Isn't
so
that-
sometimes you have to be
isn't that
reminded
the
where did you come
classic
from
scene?
and where are you going, because that's going to give you the arc of the scene.
You know what
And
you
how do you feel? Why do you feel the way you feel?
You know what you guys
what do you
are
think
just
about the
talking
person
What do you
across?
think about
You know
the
what you
person
guys are
across
talking
from
Fundamental.
about? You were talking about the Stanislavski method.
Yes, you are.
Yes, we
Where
are.
you came from, where you're going, and how do you feel about what you're about to do?
And how do you feel
What
about
How do
the
you
happened?
feel
person
about
across
the
from
person
you?
across from you?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
Stanislavski.
Stanislavski,
Yep.
absolutely.
From Russia,
Very
a
basic
traditional
method,
Stanislavski.
the
Constantine
original,
The original guy.
method acting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Crazy.
a- I'm
That's
a-
crazy. What?
Yeah.
Man, you
I'm
were
a big
hungry.
That was good.
Jesus. I think we need to get another one for the man. You too.
No, I'm good.
I mean, when she came,
It was
she
good.
goes, "Well, I don't know. I want a steak. I want to. I don't. And,
didn't really say that.
And Harley saying, she's always hungry, but when we order, she always says, "Oh, it's a little salad." And goes home, and then she's hungry.
Oh no!
But
I didn't say that because
no.
I did say she'll eat a little bit of her food, and then they come and talk about desserts, and she suddenly has.
oh, you're the dessert queen.
I'm the dessert
Yes,
queen.
he is.
I like that. I
He's
love
really
the
good
sugar.
at it.
Yes, absolutely. Tell me about what's happened since the last time I saw you a couple of years ago when you were at the Jesse T show.
Yeah, last time around was in the, and then the Betrayed premiere where you guys came out and supported, which was awesome. We had a premiere of Eternal Code, and that was when you were sick.
I had a tough time last year.
Man, that was
fella.
scary. I was trying to follow, and it's like, it's scary to even watch that from the sidelines and just
Oh, it's-
imagine going through it. That's
There by the grace of God go I.
Yeah.
Great Mama T. Mama T helped me. The doctors at USC kick.
yeah.
5.5 weeks in the hospital. My son,
Was it Parasite?
it was a fungi. Natural fungi that's all around everywhere, but it just
Wrong.
kicked my butt.
Yeah.
And my son and Jesse Andrew and my daughter Ryan Turrell, and the prayers and wishes of all the listeners
Amen.
and viewers and stuff and folks like you. That's it, man. I'm a fighter, man. You know that. Yeah, I just
Feels
keep
good to
going.
be on the other side of
I'll
that.
tell
though.
you what.
Oh man.
Just now, this year, I'm back to normal.
Yeah.
I'm off all the medicine afterwards, and I'm back to normal. I've got clear bill of health. I'm cool. I'm training again.
That's
you know,
good, yeah.
and I'm doing what I do. And but yeah, last year was a tough year. But I appreciate
Yeah.
you following me.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
helped. That
Yeah.
But
Well, we had Eternal Code premiere
I
back at
couldn't
the
make
Chinese
it.
Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big
that
one,
movie
too.
has done so well. That premiere was insane.
right.
And now we're back again for Agramant's Gate, and it was really funny because we were talking about when we were dealing with our distributor. We said, Abstruse might, because of Sizemore and Dennis Haskins being iconic and such a good performance, and the whole serial killer and mental illness has been such a strong thing that we thought maybe that would get a premiere. And then they said, this thing has already killed it at festivals, so I think we need to just get this out. It's already been doing the festival circuit for a year. And a
That
half.
sounds like a scary movie. Everything
It
I've read and
is.
seen,
It
all the
is
trailers,
really
the photos,
intense.
it's like freaking me out. And Laura Landon's in it.
No, that's Agramant's Gate.
Yeah,
that's the
Agramant's
one we're
Gate.
releasing
Yeah,
now.
the
Yeah,
one you're releasing. That one sounds like a scary movie too.
It
The guy
is.
with his evil, devilish face with the beard.
Jan,
I
yeah. Uh-huh.
mean, Jan was just like freaking me out.
yeah. No, it's Agramant's Gate. I really think is a major sleeper hit. It's done incredibly well at festivals.
That's what I see.
Kind of kind of not really expecting. We did not expect this one to make as much of a buzz. But I've been at a few of the festivals where it's screened, and I sneak in. I don't announce myself.
Yeah, no.
And I sit in the audience, and I get to watch them react to it, and it's so
Is
special.
that surrealistic?
I love it. I mean, because
It's surrealistic.
you get to share,
Yeah, it's
and
surreal,
nobody's
Nobody
faking
knows.
anything,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, and we were.
I mean, you're not like Jesse T. Here's $5. Laugh. Here's $5. Please, please, please.
No, but I'm sitting in there, and this film has like the traditional horror movie that where you chuckle to alleviate the stress, and then it builds the tension again to a payoff, and then you chuckle, and then it builds.
Right.
So it has the it's really crazy. I've had some interviews with some people who have watched it, and they're likening it to a Hitchcock and these type of things.
Oh, come on, if you're
And
going
I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
King
Like,
of suspense.
and then Jan likened it to
Melodramatic
Wes
suspense.
Craven, and I was like, this is like too much.
Yeah.
But it's been very well received. So I'm looking forward to
So that's
sharing it with
tomorrow
everybody
night,
tomorrow
right?
night. Yeah,
But where were we going to be at?
the Lumiere Music Hall.
the
So
music
the
hall. Okay,
Yeah.
down West Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills,
Yeah.
it's Arts Theater, and it's really funny because we've always been at the Chinese Theater because
I
it's
know.
kind of like one of them places that I heard of growing up and
Yeah,
knew of, and,
yeah,
and I've
yeah.
always wanted to be there.
Yeah.
But this is a bit of an artsier film,
Yeah.
and it's not an artsy film, but it's in the direction of
Right.
of that. And
We had a great cast.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah, I mean,
incredible.
the cast there and the supporting cast is just wonderful.
Yeah. Aphrodite Nikolovsky
Yeah.
came back from Betrayed and Bennett's Song, and she was fantastic.
Yeah.
Katie and Chris were amazing as the core. You guys got a lot of nominations and awards
Yeah,
together.
I was looking at you.
What's it cleaning
getting,
up?
What is it like getting something like that? How
It feels good knowing that I'm doing something right when it comes to my process and being an actress.
Right.
Like,
Right.
oh, I guess my process worked.
Okay, thank you. Like
Thank
Sally
you.
Fields at the Academy Awards when she won the Academy. Thank you, you really love me.
Yeah. I remember that. No, but I think it's hard because some people, especially when we first started out, they never even knew she was an actress, and here she's getting, noticeably sized roles in our productions,
Right.
and some people just can't handle that. So
you
they start saying, she's getting it because she's
No.
the husband, and now we're sitting on the other side of everything, and the most awarded actor/actress in all of our films now is her. So it's not like
says
by
something, right?
accident.
Well, yeah, it is something.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it is something.
It's hard to
You
talk
know,
to yourself,
It's
about yourself.
really weird. Yeah, it definitely is.
I've been
but-
talking about myself since I was 5 years old, man. I talk about my sleep and everything. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate what you're saying. It's real difficult when you have to take that introspective. People are actually seeing something in you that you portrayed, and it's like, wow, I actually did that. Yeah. Oh, they got it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, wow. All right.
but
I
with
want
it,
to
though-
do another one.
Yeah.
What's
But it-
so nice though with it too is it's become like it's so funny because when you're like, oh, did you always want to be an actress? No, I hated being on stage. I had the worst stage fright ever. I was never one to even think that this is
can't
the
imagine
career
that.
that I was going
Can't
to
imagine
get
that.
into. But I'm a very internal person. Acting is all about being internal.
Yeah.
It's not about being on stage.
No, and you're
Well,
not,
then-
even, and it's not even you that's
And
on screen.
That's the thing. But with that too is developing these characters and figuring out who they are has really taught me a lot about myself.
I gotta say,
And
It's very introspective.
she does a lot of work to find her character and to learn about him.
Right.
When we shot Betrayed, it was freaky because I'd come home and she would be sitting on her phone and just crying and watching heroin videos because
Oh, wow.
all these things that happen with the
yeah,
drugging and everything
yeah.
else. It was really weird, and I was actually concerned with her just taking this too far.
With a real person.
Yeah, taking it too far because to go through and deal with all those things. As an actor, if you want to portray it well, you have to dance damn close to the line.
Always.
You have to, and if you don't, you generally can't deliver.
It's a silent film.
Yeah.
With the quirky kind of robotic acting.
Yeah.
You got to go on the edge.
You gotta go
jump
through
off
it.
the edge, man.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in battle at MMA, you're getting ready to fight. You got to go off the edge.
Yep.
I
all or
fought in the
nothing at
ring,
this point.
So you got to go off the edge. Anything that you got to do, you got to go off the edge.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's not going to happen for
Nope.
you. Because most of the people never go off the edge.
No.
And not to say that they don't live a happy and successful and wonderful and beautiful life, but if you want to do something special,
That happens
interesting and
outside
unique,
of
you
your
have to
comfort
go off
zone.
got to go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's so true.
I've been telling Mama T that for a long time. I've been going out of my comfort zone, baby. That's right. And she goes, I know where everything's at, Jesse. I know where everything's at. Don't worry.
Good. That's good.
I said, okay. Right, absolutely. Hey, Dining with the Stars, the Jesse T Show. We had a great meal.
was so
you guys,
good.
like, gobbled it up.
Yeah, it was really good. I can't complain at all. To think that I almost got that.
No, I told you.
Very happy. I'm very happy with that choice.
See,
This was
lost
great
a tooth.
food. This I would recommend this for
See,
sure.
tooth. I lost a tooth because we were fighting before. You see. Actually,
good.
it really sucked because when I was in the hospital, I had to pull 5 teeth as
Oh,
part of
wow.
my problem. And so now I'm in the process of getting that. This year is that. Getting that out of the way.
re-grilled.
So I'm going to do something that he can't stand because he's told us he can't stand it. So the next time you make a movie, you got to hire me because I'd be a great pirate. Aye, where's me wenches and me rum? Right?
Right?
I'm a natural pirate.
Yeah. No acting
Johnny
required.
Depp, watch out.
Right? Well, I'm sure they're gonna in the land of reboots and remakes and sequels and prequels. I'm sure that there's going to be more Pirates of the Caribbean.
So tell us about tomorrow night again, where we're going to be at, and what we're going to see, and what we're going to do.
Well, Agamemnon's Gate is a horror thriller made up and has all the ingredients that I think of a classic. Mm-hmm. It has a really good story. It has well-crafted acting. I think we shot it very, very well. So the screens are nice and pretty. So that's all the pieces. But the story itself, so it's a demonic possession type of story. But instead of possessing a person, it's a demon that feeds off of your fear. So the more scared you are,
that's cool.
the stronger it gets.
Really?
And eventually it can manifest, it can physically harm
That's
you.
science fiction-ish.
Yeah,
like
it's definitely
sci-fi.
supernatural, for
Yeah.
sure.
Wow.
And essentially the demon takes the shape of her new husband that they're having a housewarming party for. So that's the shape it takes when it comes as the father who long time ago was killed by the son.
Oh.
And the mother, Lauren Landon, is in a mental institution ever since because she feels that the demon that possessed the father is now possessing the son.
And she's right. Possibly.
Dun, dun, dun,
Da-da.
You may think she's crazy, but then you may think,
Maybe she
Is
is
she
a
crazy?
demon. Maybe she's right.
Not.
So the one thing that I love about my films is that you can't necessarily see where
You
they're
got
going to
twists.
go.
You got
Yeah,
twists.
I think I hate lazy filmmaking where you do the A plus B equals C and that's it. I like when the equation is a little bit more complicated.
And this guy is self-taught, too.
Oh no, I went to film school.
Did you go?
Yeah, I
Really?
went to Rocket Jump for film school online, and I went to 5 minute film school as well.
Right.
So I started by actually being
Right.
self-taught,
Right.
and I wasn't nearly adequate. And I went actually to school after that because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you make a film, there's so many people that rely on the end product, and I didn't want to limit any of our chances of being successful. So
Especially with the quality people you work with, they know what they're doing. They know
Oh,
their gig.
for sure.
They know
Yeah.
their thing. If they figure out that you don't know a little bit about their thing or their thing, you've lost respect.
Oh, for sure. I see that because a lot of these stars, they fly around, they do films all over the place, and I think they can tell very, very quickly if this set's going to be worthwhile or not. If the people around know what they're doing, if they know, oh, absolutely. I mean, do you think you're going to get their best? Then you got to be there giving your best.
Yeah,
it's just how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely,
no other way around.
No, and it takes time to make that happen.
Yeah, it does.
Where can they pick up the film? Is it being distributed yet? And
February 11th. We got another full VOD, so it's on every single, whether it's Xfinity or your AT&T or Amazon or Fandango, everywhere.
Great. So they can just chime in, type the name of the film, and
wherever they are, whatever. Yeah, again. So if they have whatever their TV system is, or you can go to Amazon, which is one of the places that do these VODs.
Right.
But it's kind of everywhere. Yeah.
Good. That's fantastic. Yeah, the stuff that's happened to you in the last couple of years has just been amazing, and just keep it going and keep building on that. And that's what it takes. It takes time to get that momentum going. And just live in that momentum and keep it going and keep it going, and the fact that you control a lot of your own production. You're an actor too, and as well as your wife. But it's nice to be able to control that, because you could always produce something interesting that is exciting for you guys to want to do.
Yeah, I mean,
in Hollywood today,
I think controlling that content.
You have to be produced. You have to do that. If you wait for the phone call today, it's not going to happen. I mean, in the last 50 years, in the last 20 years, in the last 10 years, the industry has changed so much,
so many times,
that you have to really be able to do this on your own and raise the funds and everything, and continue on with it.
Well, and then make a good model too, because otherwise you make one movie. And then when you come to ask for money for the second one, they say, "How'd the first one do?"
Right.
So you have to make sure you have a good system, because otherwise you're making one or two movies. And right now, I mean, we're shooting our feature number 10 in April. Beneath Us All, we're going to go back for another horror movie. We are just starting on a self-funded TV series. That we have an investor in Michigan that loves the idea of what we're doing and where we're taking this, and he's like, you know what, let's make this.
Networks
so I'm like,
now,
wow.
Huh? Maybe ABC, CBS, or NBC, man. Why not?
I think
Netflix,
I think this is more of a Showtime, Cinemax,
Showtime, HBO,
HBO.
More of a Showtime for sure.
Yeah, so I think that's where we're heading on this one. We'll see who ends up with a pickup, because we don't have a pickup of this yet, but we're shooting it. We start shooting actually the weekend we get back. We start shooting Tale of Tales. The main hub of the film is a strip club, and the second hub of the TV series is a police station. She plays Vice.
Play a cop, huh?
Yeah, plays a cop, and I play the
I'm really excited about that one.
That's a cool part.
I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, it's the premise and the scripts are amazing. So I co-wrote some of these, but Steve Capera did a film called Boyne Falls. He's been doing probably a little bit more than 50% of the writing. I participated in a few of the episodes. I think 2, 3, 5 were mine. Started 6, and then he wrote 7 and 8. But like together, it's unbelievable. No, we're doing 8 episodes of for the first season, and they're about half-hour episodes. But it's a really, really good run, and I think it's kind of funny right now, because we're doing this thing that we're empowering women, and I love that. And we're doing female this, and we're trying to get the female click and the female that and the female this. And it's great.
Well,
there's a giant space for it.
If you got any storylines about human trafficking, I'll be happy to help.
Yeah. So anyway, you have that whole aim towards women, and it's great, and it's timely, and it's due. But what happened was we had Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy. We had all these shows that aimed at a guy that never got replaced. And now you have a bunch of guys going, there's nothing really for me. So we're actually, this is going to be probably a male-dominated clique. when it comes to the viewer, because we're bringing some of those elements back, some of the Sons of Anarchy and
Right.
and those.
Well, when you told me
elements of
earlier
things.
it was a strip show kind of show, I immediately thought Sopranos, bada
Yeah.
bing, bada boom.
Yeah, I know it
You know?
definitely has an element of Soprano style in there
Oh,
for sure.
Can't wait for that. Hey, cheers.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Hey, thank you for being my guest today.
Oh, thank you.
Tonight,
Thank
Dining with
you.
the Stars on the Jesse T Show. And you got to look for their projects. I'm going to get it right now, I promise, okay, Katie? And Harley Wallen. Yeah,
I'll check for
baby.
that.
Get it right.
There you go. Now you
We're
did.
doing that, absolutely. Dining with the Stars, Jesse T on the Jesse T Show. Dan the Man is out there doing his thing. I don't know what. Dan the Man, come in here and say hi at least.
I don't think I can fit.
Oh, he can't fit.
Trust me, he did say hi.
Oh, he did say hi.
We will
Okay.
forward that.
All right, guys. I mean, can't wait tomorrow night. We'll be broadcasting live, podcasting live out there at the event, and check it out. And it starts at what time?
It's a late start. It's
Yeah,
at 10
8
p.m.
7, 8
10 p.m. Showtime. 8 or 8:30 red carpet.
Okay, so we'll be out there a little bit later on, and want you to tune in, guys. Okay. Hey, thanks a lot for joining us on this wonderful night in Southern California. The Jesse T Show, Dining with the Stars, baby. The Brown Beauty is off duty. See ya.